this is Shweta from Dharamshala Animal Rescue.
Hi everyone, this is Amy with Primates Incorporated and ReelTime Animal Rescue.
Hello everyone, this is Becky at Blue for the Horse Tincture Misfit Mustangs.
ReelTime Animal Rescue with Julie McLaughlin of Indiana Skunk Rescue.
Judy, God bless you. Oh my God.
This is a big brown bat who is really enjoying his mealworms.
They actually just had their breakfast.
Hello and welcome. I'm Krista Embry, founder of ReelTime Animal Rescue and Compassion Education Connect and Inspire. What you're about to see today is happening right now in the real world, and you're going to meet people who are helping animals and protecting our planet. When you learn with compassion, you don't just gain knowledge, you create change. So today isn't just about watching, it's about you and the difference you can make in our world. Welcome to Compassion Education Connect and Inspire. We're so glad you're here.
So hey kids, I'm Terry, that's Jeff, and these are our babies.
Where's Amy?
Oh, I forgot Amy.
Stop, Simon. Stop, Simon. So, anyhow, we're SEMO Exotic Sanctuary. We're with that didn't sound good. You good?
Yeah, no,
okay.
She's mad because her diaper's coming off.
Get down, Simon. So we got a bunch of monkeys and we're monkeying around, okay? It's going to be exciting for just a minute here till we get everybody situated. So, go ahead.
So what we are is a sanctuary, and a sanctuary is different than a zoo in the fact that a zoo is a place that anybody can go to, and they don't really just take in animals anybody doesn't want anymore. A zoo is a place that they breed intentionally, and from that, they also trade the animals off. So once an animal's been in their facility for so long, a lot of times they'll trade it to another facility. With us, when we take in animals, which we have monkeys and snakes and bearded dragons and ferrets, rabbits, Patagonia maras. So once we bring in animals here to us, they come to us to stay for the rest of their lives. And most of our animals have come with different, for different reasons. Not necessarily all abuse. Some have been surrendered because of different, which we'll get into some of them real quick, but for different reasons. Ow, you're pinching, Annie. And I know one of the questions was ages and stuff. And so when we start showing you the different monkeys, we'll also tell you how old they are. And then we'll get to a chance that we can go through because your teacher sent us a list of great questions. And so we'll go through and try to answer all those. And then just in case you get too excited and you miss your answer, I'm going to email her all the answers back so y'all can go back through them because I know how exciting it can get being here with these animals. Go ahead.
So one of the things that we like to educate on is most of the animals, and especially the primates that come here, they have, like Annie here, she's, matter of fact, we're going to celebrate her birthday for 2 months longer. And we're going to, in August, we're going to celebrate her birthday. We really don't know how old or what her real birthday is because of the lifestyle that she came from. But our vet says she's probably right at 40 years old. So we're going to call her birthday in August and that she's 40 years old.
Can I show them?
Yeah.
So with Annie, she came from a life of as a breeder. And that means that they used her to make new baby monkeys to sell. And then when they got through with her, because after a certain age, then they're no longer useful. So a lot of times these people will take and get rid of them, and that's why they come to places like us. But I want to show you something about Miss Annie. This is going to make you sad, but it is the fact. You know, a lot of people will get monkeys and will get different, you know, even your dogs and your cats. I guess I should sit down so you can see my face. But even your dogs and your cats, and you don't do your research. And then these animals end up being the ones that have to pay the price. You know, if you take in any kind of an animal and then, oh, it's not cute anymore because it's gotten old, it's no fun, it's gotten sick, that's when you're just throwing it away. And that's what compassion education is all about. We're trying to help you guys learn that animals are a lifetime commitment. So if you're coming into getting any kind of an animal, you need to do your research for one thing, and you need to know not only how to care for them, but also how long they're going to live. You've got to be able to provide vet care. And like with our primates, vet care is very expensive. You can't go to just any vet. You have to go to specialized vets. And I was going to show you Annie. I want you to see, trying to watch the camera here too. Do you see her little feet?
Come here, Simon.
Get out of the way, Simon. See her little feet? She's got missing toes. This one's all crooked. Her little hands, she still won't let us touch her hands, but she's got missing hands and stuff. Her tail, part of her tail's missing. And you see how she's kind of all balled up? She does that a lot. She's blind in one eye. And so, and that's kind of, you know, what compassion education is all about. ReelTime does a great job of getting it out there that there are people like us and all the other ones that are part of ReelTime rescues that really care for the animals. We're all about taking in these that have been rejected for reasons like this, because like with Annie, she no longer serves a purpose. What's the other option for her is somebody has to take her in. You know, she had never had vet care. When she came to us, she had a finger that laid across her other fingers, and so we had to have it amputated, and that means to cut it off. And because we were afraid it would get stuck in the wire and stuff like that, would hurt her worse.
One of the things is with animals, like Terry was saying, they're cute and everything. Everybody wants them as babies.
And they're like Sophie.
And Sophie's 3 years old. She just had her birthday last Saturday. But you get a cute little animal and, oh, they're so cute. They're so fun. They're so everything. And a lot of times people get them, whether it be a dog, a cat, a fish, whatever. And they're cute for the moment. But there's a lot of work. There's a lot of time. And then you get animals that, I mean, dogs. We've had dogs that were 15, 17, 19 years old. And that's a long commitment. And people don't realize what the commitment is. And especially at a young age, you get a young dog or you get a monkey or something of that nature. And you think, oh, this is going to be a great pet. And they are until they start growing up or they start becoming a forever animal that you don't realize that, good grief, now I've got 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years in some cases of care that you're responsible for. And like with monkeys, we can't just leave them. They have to have somebody watching them all the time so that they stay safe. They don't get caught on something. They don't get hung up in something. They don't fight amongst themselves, whatever. We have to invest a lot of time. And yes, there's a lot of money invested in taking care of them, but the time is something that most people don't even take into consideration, is how much time it takes to properly care for them.
So Annie, for instance, is probably, I'm not real sure. I think you guys are somewhere between 3rd and 5th grade. And Annie's probably about the age of your parents.
You know, your great grandparents. Well,
no.
I guess your parents in real time.
Maybe your grandparents, but You know, because she's almost 40, so that's pretty darn old in y'all's opinion. I know. We get told we're pretty old all the time.
But in converting monkey age to human age, that's equivalent to about 80, 85 years. What are you doing, girl? So that's really old.
Now, like with, you want to get Sissy?
I don't think Sissy's interested in coming.
Okay.
Come here, baby.
If you see the one behind us, she's not wanting to come up. That's Sissy. Sissy is she will be 31 years old in September.
Come here, sweetie.
And she has the equivalent, which means the same as Down syndrome. And I don't know if you guys know anybody that actually has Down syndrome, any kids or humans. It is something that makes her a little different than the rest of the monkeys. She likes like exact schedules. This right here being in this little room because we've got everybody locked up. That's Sophie. We've got everybody locked up in this little room. Don't lick the camera. We've got everybody locked up in this little room so that we can kind of get you guys where they're right here and you can see them. So she is a little bit, she likes her routine. She has to go to bed at the same time every night. She likes everything done just a certain way. Now with Sissy, you'll notice she doesn't have any teeth, and Simon doesn't either. They pulled Sissy's teeth when she was probably about 5 years old. So about the time if she was a human kid, she'd have been starting kindergarten.
It's okay, ain't it?
It was very common back 25 years plus that they would pull teeth because they can bite, and when a monkey bites, it hurts. Hi, baby. Hi. Can you tell them hi?
Can you
Look. Can you tell them hi?
You see yourself over there?
Get off of her. So you'll notice her tongue hangs out, and that's because she doesn't have teeth to kind of keep her tongue in her mouth. She sucks her thumb, and that's because with no teeth and her tongue out all the time, she doesn't have the wetness in her mouth that normally, like with us as humans, but it's the same thing with them. You get saliva in your mouth, and that keeps your mouth from getting too dry. And that is exactly why you'll see her here in a minute. She'll be sucking her thumb, and her favorite thing is to talk to her friend in the mirror, which is her. But she loves to sit up, and we'll put her up in front of a mirror, and she'll talk to the mirror, and she'll give it kisses, and she'll wave at it and tell it hi. Now she is a black tuft, because if you'll notice her hair, it kind of has like wings coming out to the side.
I know it's awesome.
She also talks a lot. She talks a lot.
Her tops.
Yeah. I put her down.
I'm gonna put her down so it's not freaking her out. There you go.
And you will not believe what Sissy's absolute favorite thing to eat is, and I bet it's the same thing as maybe some of you guys. She absolutely loves peanut butter sandwiches. So every once in a while, we'll give her a peanut butter sandwich on some whole wheat bread, and this girl goes crazy, and she just talks and talks and talks and talks, and then she shows you her peanut butter, and she'll get right up to the camera because we do a lot of recording of her. And then, like with, you want to talk about Simon next?
Simon, come here, buddy.
Now, while he's getting Simon up, now we actually have 10 monkeys that live here with us.
Good job.
Not all of them were rescues because we actually purchased our first monkeys because we, like everybody else, wanted monkeys. But then after we started learning that what it was like having monkeys and how they were just being tossed after a certain age.
Yeah.
Now with Simon, he just turned 21 years old, and he has no teeth. But when he came to us and he was so sick. And that's the reason why the people that had him looked for a new home. There's a lot of medical reasons that he had to have his teeth removed. And part of it was because his teeth were bad.
And you know why his teeth were bad? Because of what he was eating and drinking. His favorite drink that they let him drink all the time was Mountain Dew, a soda. That's bad on everybody's teeth. And then he doesn't brush his teeth except with food, hard food.
And they didn't feed him the right kind of foods either. So therefore, his diet was really bad. When he first got here, he spent like 3 days with us. And from that, he went and spent 14 days with our vet while our vet was trying to figure out what was going on with him. And he ended up having to have 3 major surgeries within a 4-month period trying to get him corrected.
I don't want kisses.
Now, he's been with us for almost 2 years. And he's doing great now. He still has times that he gets very rough. And you might even see that. So don't freak out because we have to correct him if he starts trying to get rough and bite. And that's something else. Speaking of biting, I want to tell you guys, it's not only monkeys, it's all animals.
If they got a mouth, they can bite.
Yes. It's
even
never,
a fish bites.
It's never a matter of when or if they will. It's always a matter of when. So always keep that in mind when you're dealing with any animal that's not your own. But don't forget your own can do it too. But especially if you're approaching a animal that's not yours, you've got to be very cautious because sometimes it scares them. And when it scares them, you know, what are they going to do? Because they can't talk to us and tell us, whoa, back up, Jack, you in the way, you getting in my personal space. No, they're going to bite you. And it's the same thing with Simon. He was biting the people that had him before and was very aggressive, but it was because his mouth hurt. He had so much rotten teeth and infection in his mouth that he couldn't tell them, hey, you know, I feel bad. I really need to go to see a vet. I really need to go see a good vet because I took him to vets that didn't know what was wrong with him. But that's how he did is he lashed out by biting. And that's a lot of the reasons why people get rid of monkeys too, is because they start biting. With ours, with I said, Sissy and Simon both do not have teeth. That's only 2 out of 10. So the other 8 have teeth. And especially like with her, she puts her mouth on us. And when she does, we teach her no bite, no mouth. And then that way we're trying to correct her because, you know, it's just kind of ridiculous to pull their teeth if it's not medically necessary. So we try to keep their teeth, keep them as natural as possible.
No.
With Sophie, she came to us because her people that originally had her the mama got really, really sick. Like she's super duper sick. She ended up with the cancer. And so they could no longer keep her. And they had 5 kids that were about your age and younger. So she does not like kids because apparently them kids were mean to her.
They roughhouse too much.
Yes. And she does not really care for kids that much. Matter of fact, she really doesn't like adults either.
She doesn't like anybody.
She's about us and that's it.
No mouth.
Do you want to go through some of their questions and then we can add to it as
we kind of answered one question a while ago that I saw. Do they hang by their tails?
Leave that alone.
Did you see Sophie hanging by her tail? So I'm just going to start at the top of the list we got here. So Leah and Grayson both wanted to know, what do monkeys eat? Oh my goodness, it's almost a matter of what don't they eat.
So I know we've got your mic muted and you can't really respond, but I bet some of the things that you would say, and if you ever watch them on TikTok and stuff, you probably say they eat things like pizza. No. Bananas. Yeah, in moderation. Our guys eat a very healthy diet. We There's some in my eye. Our guys eat a very healthy diet. We work with our vet, and so we feed a lot of greens like spinach and kale. And I hope you guys eat your spinach and stuff and all your greens. They like green beans, broccoli. Just knock me out, dude. And trying to think, cucumbers, zucchini. Oh,
Sweet potatoes.
They love sweet potatoes, and she loves snap peas
And peppers.
Lots of peppers, mushrooms.
Steak.
Yes, they will eat that. They don't get
get much,
meat very often, but every once in a while they have to have protein. They love eggs. They get eggs almost every day, some sort. They'll get hard-boiled eggs and they'll get scrambled eggs. No.
Simon. Good boy.
See, I don't know if you guys could see that or not. That's one of the things that happens sometimes, and you have to correct them.
So, Kennedy and Lillian.
And they also like bugs.
Yes.
Lots of bugs.
Kennedy and Lillian, they asked how old are they and how old can they get? So we've got monkeys here at our facility that range from
Sophie's
at 3, she's the baby. We've got 3, 5, 6, and then Simon being 21, and Sissy is 30. She'll be 31 this year, and then Annie being 40. But there's some monkeys that can live 50 and 60 years old even. So they can live a good long life if everything goes right for them. As far as Kenzie's worried about how much do they weigh. Kenzie, these are mostly females. They don't want to tell how much they weigh. But they'll range. We've got monkeys from like the marmosets. Our marmosets will weigh, we've got one that's, she's 6 years old, and no, I would say probably, who would you say is the lightest one? I'd say it's probably Kiki. And Kiki's 5 years old, and she probably weighs about 15 ounces. So she's not even a pound. To Simon is our biggest one here, and I think last time we weighed him, he was 8 pounds.
He's closer to 10.
So when he first got here, he was chunky monkey, and he was right at 14 pounds, which he was way overweight. So they vary in weights.
It just really depends on the breed, because different breeds weigh different. Ow! Knock me out, girl.
So, and Max was the one that wanted to know, do they swing with their tails? This particular breed, yes, they do. They swing from their tails. Now, not all monkeys can swing from their tails. It's called a prehensile tail whenever they can use it, and they can use it for grabbing stuff. They can run by. Well, she's hanging by her feet too, but she's hanging with her tail. Now she's hanging with all tail. They will run by and grab stuff with their tail, just like it's another hand. And they like baby dolls, so a lot of times they'll have a baby doll laying on the floor, and they'll be running. They'll grab the baby doll. They'll wrap their tail around the baby doll's neck and take off and go somewhere with it. They can grab pretty much anything with their tails. We had Sissy out last year, and there was a piece of food that landed on the floor that she couldn't reach outside the cage with her hand, but her tail's longer, so she just whooped her tail out and hooked it and drug it into the cage so she could get it that way. They're smart too.
And some of your bigger monkeys, which you'll see probably a lot of spider monkeys, they actually will swing from tree to tree with their tails, where these guys, they can hang from their tail, but they don't really swing from spot to spot. You know, they'll swing like she can hang right here and swing from this for a few minutes, but her tail's not quite as strong as, say, like the bigger spider monkeys, who they can do all kinds of things with their tails.
Reed wanted to know, where do monkeys live and how they climb. They like living in trees and treetops. They stay in the trees more than anywhere. Even here, they want to climb. They climb on everything.
So kind of like the rainforest and the jungle.
Yeah.
And then as far as climbing, Tell them how they climb.
Climbing, they do different things. They've got hands, feet, and tail.
No.
So they climb, however, and they will jump, and they can jump a long ways, up, down, sideways. They jump all over the place, and they are good at jumping.
Yeah, for sure.
And Brooklyn must be the little comedy here. Brooklyn wants to know, do monkeys ever fall? Yes, they do. Sometimes it's intentional even. This one, she will jump up somewhere and just flop on her back and fall. And you'd think she'd get hurt, but she has a trampoline, and she loves to jump on the trampoline. She'll jump on it. She'll jump we've got kind of like monkey bars above the trampoline. So she'll climb up there, and then she just falls on her back, and she'll just fall out. She loves to fall.
But in the wild, they can fall from trees.
And they can get hurt.
And they can get hurt, but most of the time they kind of catch themselves, and when they land pretty easy and safe. And it's kind of like part of their I can't think of what I'm trying to think of. Part of their nature. So, they're moving through trees, and if a predator or something that's trying to eat them is trying to get them, they're having to move so quick, and so they use their tails for balance too, and so that kind of helps them move quicker. But then if they start falling, a lot of times, like with the bigger monkeys, they can use their tail to catch themselves. Some of the smaller monkeys, they're not able to use their tail, so therefore they'll fall through, but they can also kind of use their hands, because their hands are made with their claws.
Yeah,
they have
claws
like
are really
nails
sharp.
that they can grab and stuff. So she's just snuggled in here.
Yeah, she's comfortable. How are monkeys trained? Well, monkeys aren't really trained like dogs per se, but with us, we use just patience and treats. And monkeys are big on being rewarded. And with these guys, you'll hear us a lot of times, like when I tell them to get up or something like that, I tell them, good job, good boy, good girl, whatever. They react to that, and they like being rewarded with verbal, as far as tell them they're good, they're doing good, they're being good. They don't like to be told no. They're a lot like us in that. They don't like to hear no. They don't like to hear stop. But they want loved. So they train really easy with verbal commands. You don't always have to treat them with treats and that kind of stuff. It does help to give them treats.
And some of the treats that we'll use sometimes if we're trying to train to do something is, those little bitty tiny marshmallows like you put in hot chocolate. I know where you guys are at. Y'all probably drink hot chocolate up there because y'all get really cold. So those little bitty tiny marshmallows, we'll cut them into 4 pieces. So it's already small. And so they'll get just a teeny tiny little bit. And it's just so they can eat it quick. Or blueberries. And if they're really good, grapes, because they love grapes.
So, and that was Noah that wanted to know about them being trained. And then Zoe, the monkeys shed like dogs and cats. Yes, monkeys do shed a little bit of fur, but not like a dog and cat. Not usually as much. And Sophie just jumped and fell, and y'all didn't get to see that. She jumped at the door. She did it on purpose, though.
So it's generally during this time frame, like right now, we're going into summer. And so they'll start, because their coats will get a little thicker, not much, because in the wild, they're used to living where it's really, really hot. So about 80 degrees all the time is what they like. And we keep our house and stuff really warm for them. And so their shedding is just kind of like us humans. You know how when you brush your hair and you look at your brush or your comb and you've got hair in there? It's kind of basically the same amount like that.
No, ma'am. So,
you're being silly.
Lily wants to know, how do they jump so high, and would they jump in class? And I'm assuming you mean in this class right now. Yeah, you can tell they're jumping. They're steady jumping. They're very strong. Even the smallest monkeys that we have, they're very strong, and they can jump a long ways. Even the little small ones that are less than a pound, they can jump 15 foot because they're just that strong.
It's basically their back legs.
Yes.
They have a lot of power when they push off.
So Finn wanted to know how long do their tails grow. It depends on the monkey. Some monkeys, their tails are just as long as their body. Some, they're even longer. Some, they've got tails twice the length of their body. Simon, you're on Annie. You hear her screaming. Lance wants to know if you can potty train a monkey.
I wish.
As a rule, no. There are some people that have gotten their monkeys potty trained, but it's not an every time, all the time. But they can work with them a little bit.
And while he's getting to the next question, what you see Simon doing to me, it's called grooming. And so this is their way of showing that they respect, like when they're grooming each other, they're grooming me, it's showing a respect that he knows I'm higher up in our troop, which that's what a group of monkeys is called, is a troop. And so he's showing that,
Zoe wanted to know, do monkeys laugh? Simon, no. No, sir. Do monkeys laugh? They don't laugh like we do, but they do make happy sounds. We know when they're laughing, and they will laugh sometimes.
Sissy laughs at times. It's like appropriate laughter.
Yes.
Like you say something, all of a sudden you hear her, and it sounds like she's just busting out laughing.
Yeah, she can be in, like, they go to bed at night, and they've got a bed that they go to, and she can be in her bed.
No, ma'am.
And we'll be talking about something, and we may say something funny. And on cue, Sissy will make a laugh, and it sounds, because it's like she hears us laugh, and she laughs. She thinks that's funny. So yeah, I think they can laugh. And then like this one, sometimes she'll do stuff and then she'll curl back and she'll show her teeth and she'll make what I call her laughing noise. But it's most people will tell you no, they don't. All right, I'm not going to slaughter this name.
Elsa.
Is it Elsa?
Mm-hmm. Elsa.
Okay, Elsa. Do monkeys get fevers?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes. And like with Sophie, she got real sick and had to have a surgery done. And our vet put in a special little chip in her, and we're going to get them in the rest of them so that we can read. Please stop. So that we can read their temperature and stuff. And like right after her surgery and everything, she started running a fever. And because we were able to take her temperature, we were able to know. And then they get baby Tylenol. So basically the same stuff that your mom gives you, except they get it in liquid. That is what they take for when they get a fever too. Matter of fact, even when they have runny noses, they get pretty much the same stuff that we used to give our kids when our kids were little, just in smaller amounts.
Cameron wants to know what you do if a monkey falls.
Leave them. No.
We honestly though, yes, we do. If they fall, we just watch them. You don't go rushing to them. You let them figure it out because they're gonna know. I mean, if they're hurt, you'll know that they're hurt. But as a rule, they're so agile and so resilient and tough that they don't get hurt even when they do fall. But when they fall, we just watch them. That's all we do. You don't rush over and try and scoop them up because you might hurt them. They might be laying there trying to figure out if they're hurt. And so we just watch them. That's all we really do. Now, if they get hurt, obviously we're going to have to pick them up and take them to the vet. But fortunately, we have not had that issue yet. Wesley wants to know, what toys do monkeys like? Good grief, they'll make anything a toy. I mean, it can be a doll, it can be a stuffed animal, it can be swings and bars and trees and
cardboard boxes,
a stick, a rock. Sophie, no.
Don't lick it.
They will make a toy out of anything. They're very good at having fun. They know how to have fun, and It don't have to be anything. It can, like Terry said, boxes are some of their favorite toys. They play in them. We've got a little box that's got rubber bands across it, and it's about that wide, square, and it's just got rubber bands across the whole thing. And with it, Sophie will put it on her head sometimes and just run around with it, bouncing around on her head. So
We got 12
We
minutes.
were wondering if we could see some of the monkeys playing. Yeah. Can we see them?
are you the playing that they'll do right now is pretty much just in here because we're in here. If we weren't around, they would go do all kinds of different things. But because we're here, they're not going to go do anything else. They just want our attention. They just want to be with us.
They're socials.
Yes.
Yes, they are very social.
This is common. What you see, these two love to wrestle.
And as big as he is, and old as he is compared to her, he's as gentle as he can be with her. I mean, he's very rough, but he's gentle with her.
And we can't bring all the other ones out because each one, like these guys are capuchins. The marmosets and capuchins would fight, and it would be bad. And then also with the owl monkeys, you know, you can't. Some people have been able to if they were raised as babies, but because ours are all coming to us already pretty much grown, they don't get along. Do you guys have any other questions? We're getting close to that.
You guys have a question? Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Everly.
How big do they get?
How big do they get? Is that the question? For this breed, Simon is about as big as that's about as big as the capuchin get. Now you've got like your baboons and you have the vervets and different breeds like that get a lot bigger, and they can weigh even up to 20 to 30 pounds, probably almost as much as you.
Oh. All right, Kenzie, what about your question? Oh, you answered that already.
How much do they weigh?
How much do they weigh? She asked.
These?
So Sophie's about 6 pounds.
Yeah, Sophie, this one right here, she's about 6 pounds, and she likes to share her.
So Sophie's about 6 pounds. Simon weighs about 2 pounds. Sissy's about 6 pounds.
That's her.
Cute. All right, Finn. How long do their tails get?
For this breed right here, about the size of what Simon's is and what Sophie's is what do you say about? It's really, most monkeys, their tail length is going to be about the size of their body with an extension of about 3 or 4 inches. So we're looking at about 15 inches.
No.
They want to know if you brush their teeth.
No.
Not with toothbrush and toothpaste, because that's not good for them. The way we brush their teeth is with the food that they eat. That's how they brush their teeth.
They eat a hard monkey biscuit.
Caleb has a question.
Can they stay fully on the
Oh, they already answered that. Different lengths. Some tails are stronger than others. Lance.
Do they dance?
Do they dance? Do they like music?
Do they dance with music?
Do they like music? Do they dance? Do they like music?
Not in the traditional way that we would dance to it, but yes, they do like music, and they will move differently sometimes to some music. I wouldn't say it's rhythm because if it's rhythm, their rhythm is really bad. Where you going, goofball?
I have a class of monkeys.
Uh-oh. Well,
Do what?
I'm sorry, because you stay busy then. She says she has a class of monkeys.
Oh, a class of monkeys.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a. And that monkeys are an
All right,
all-day job.
Zoe has a question. Yeah. Grayson. Zoe? Can't hear you loud, please. Oh, how long do they sleep? Do they ever sleep?
Yes. And the funny thing with these guys is they all have, monkeys are very schedule oriented. They like things the same all the time. So they typically want to go to bed about 7 o'clock every night. And
That's
they want to sleep until about 8 o'clock, between 7 and 8 o'clock every morning. And they don't like any disturbance in between.
So probably kind of about when you go to bed and sleep.
So they like a good 12-hour nap. But then they will nap during the day sometimes, especially if the sun's bearing down on them. They like to soak up the sun. Leave my glasses alone.
So we've got about 4 minutes left, and it's going to cut us off.
All right. Noah just has one question.
Okay.
No.
They get trained.
No, they cannot be trained. Did they get trained? He said.
Sophie has been trained to do a few things, and yeah, it to a point, and especially like the monkeys that are in the movies and stuff, all of those are trained. As far as us, no, we just kind of let them be monkeys. Our training is, hey, come here, let's change your diaper. And no, monkeys do not generally throw their poop. That's always a question we get asked, and at least not our monkeys. Our monkeys don't throw poop. If they did, I'd probably have a list of people that make me mad, and I might go, no, I'm just kidding.
No, she's not. All right.
So is there anything else?
All right. So I have just a few more.
Okay,
but I understand if you have to go. Kenzie, what's your question? Her dog has diapers. She wanted you to know.
Oh.
Her dog what?
Her dog wears diapers. That's pretty cool, Kenzie.
Unless you're the one who has to change them. Did we lose them?
Nope. I think they're determined.
Everly has the last question.
Okay.
Can they feed you?
Can they feed you?
Yeah, Sophie will throw food in our mouths all the time. They share. I don't think it's feeding us. They do like to share their food, and it's pretty gross. Because they put it in their mouth first and chew it up and then try to give it to us. Ew.
And then sometimes, if they don't know what a food is, they'll bring it to us and put it in our mouth first to see if we'll eat it, because that's how they learn. In the wild, their mamas and daddies would eat something and share it with them so they would know it was good to eat. So they'll do that with us sometimes. They'll bring us something, put it in our mouth, see if we eat it. And if we do, then they try and take it back out of our mouth if they see that we're going to eat it. So.
Yeah. Well, guys, we've got to turn this off because it's about up out of our time. But we had a ball with y'all. We hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, we're on Facebook. So if your parents are on Facebook, have them go look us up and you can watch more of our videos. We're on YouTube. ReelTime Rescue Animals has us on YouTube. The Compassion Education has videos of us, and you can show your parents how awesome these little boogers are and how active they are. And
So-
we hope that you guys, I'm sorry.
No,
I hope that you guys will take time in all future, and if you get an animal that you love it forever, don't just get something because it's cute and then throw it away. No, go ahead.
I don't know what else to say now.
Well, I'm sorry.
I got fed in front of you guys.
So we're so
We saw
excited
that.
for this. So we hope y'all had a great time.
Well, we want to thank you very much, kids. What can you say?
Wave at them. They're waving at you.
Oh, I can't see y'all, but bye y'all. Thank you. We had fun.